hot topics. We have to talk about this super horrific story, the racially motivated mass shooting that happened on Saturday at a grocery store in a predominantly Black area in Buffalo, New York, that claimed the lives of 10 people and wounded 3 others. The shooter was identified as 18-year-old Peyton S. Gendron, a white male who is pleading not guilty to first-degree murder. Now it's being reported that he drove 200 miles from Conklin, New York to Buffalo and allegedly wrote a white supremacist manifesto before the shooting. What are your thoughts on this tragedy? SYLEENA, let's start with you.
2 words: Kyle Rittenhouse. See, because when you let him free and you didn't penalize him for having that gun in the middle of all of that chaos and shooting the people, you made it open season even more for this type of foolishness. Another 2 words: gun laws. The fact that we don't get a hold of these gun laws, and we keep allowing, like in the state of Georgia, it's okay to be packing. It's okay. And so, see, it's because of that these white supremacists just take matters into their own hands. And because the consequences are not crucial enough, they just feel like, they take their good old fashioned privilege that they were born with. And now this new world that we're in, that's a piece of shit. And then they add the shit up, and then you get shit like this. So I'm actually infuriated. And because white people always talking about why y'all ain't got over slavery, why y'all still complaining about rape. Well, this is why. This is why we're still complaining about things, because racism is still very alive and well and very current and very ridiculous. And they're still killing Black people. And I'm actually sick of this shit. And it's scary. Like, you don't know. The first thing I thought was like, man, is Atlanta next? You know what I'm saying? Because it was another shooting in LA, like in California. So it's like the world is going to hell in a handbag. I'm totally completely over this white supremacy shit. And the government needs to do something about this ASAP.
Yeah. Have y'all ever got the feeling that when you do good, it just don't prove right? Like when you try, because even when I try to get a gun, I try to get global, whatever, and they want to go all into my background and they want to tell me what I can't do, and then it's like, but I'm not even trying to get it just seems so. You know how cliche when you say that, after 2 steps of goodness, then you get 3 steps of badness, and you got to just keep on getting up. And it's like SYLEENA said,
truly, Saray.
Yeah. And it feels like, why isn't it the other way around? Why can't we have more goodness? And then we know the bad is going to come. And then because we have a lot of goodness, it gives us time to grow and get bigger and better and bolder. And then when that thing come to knock us down, we're strong enough to jump right back up. But when it's always bad and bad and bad, it takes away a little bit of hope every day on a situation that should not be as critical and as scary as this world has made us paranoid of.
I hear you.
We have PTSD, not just post, but present traumatic goddamn stress.
Yes, we do.
And I'm sick of it.
Vivica, what do you think about this?
The story absolutely broke my heart. Because if you look at the majority of the victims, they were little ladies, going to the grocery store. One lady, she was coming from seeing her man at the nursing home and was stopping by to get some food. Oh. The young men, they were hit helping some of the older ladies out of the store with their groceries. They mom and them raised them right. Yes. To help an old lady. And in our country, when you see that they're more concerned about what a woman is doing with her body, but white men are terrorizing our neighborhoods and are becoming terrorists, where 18-year-old child can get that much access to guns and has that much hatred in his heart that he would drive 2.5 hours to a Black neighborhood. And they said he went there the day before. It broke my heart. It really did, because that could have been my mama. That could have been my sister. That could have been our aunties that was going to the store to just feed their families.
Yes. Yes.
And one of the girls wasn't even from there.
It hurt. And then the one security guard that tried to, shoot back, he couldn't penetrate because the boy had on body armor. Where he getting this stuff from?
Exactly.
Where is he getting this stuff from? Y'all more concerned about stupid shit than making sure that people can live. You feeling scared to go to the grocery store now. That it's just, why is there so much hate?
And you just don't know when it's going to happen. It can happen any day when you wake up and simply going to church, going to school, going across the street, going to the grocery store. It happens like this, and your whole life and your existence can be over just because someone looking at you and your color, your skin, and they woke up with a mental illness and something wrong with them.
And the fact that he also planned that had they not stopped him, he was just going to go down the street and just keep on killing Black people in this neighborhood. You know, like, who's not paying attention? And where are his parents?
The parents allowed all this to happen. I'm sorry. I couldn't sneak eyeliner on in the house when I was a teenager living with my mother. Yet these kids are ordering body armor, getting dropped off, getting guns, mapping out their plans. We are not talking to Black people right now. We know what's up. We know what's good. We don't do that. We don't operate like this. I'm talking to white people. White people that claim to be our allies. Y'all need to check y'all's community, because this is not the majority. This is a minority. This is about 35% of our country that's wiling out right now. And all this, the Asians, Blacks, Latinos, all this nonsense that we got with each other, we need to recognize who is murking us like left and right and knock it off, because they are the enemy. Not all white people, of course not. But there's a percentage of people here that have ill will towards us. And I don't know what's been up under their skin as of late, where it's been activated. Well, we know what, but it's scary. There was a guy that was there to pick up cupcakes for his 3-year-old's birthday party.
You wanted to surprise him.
Murdered. And what are we gonna do? We can't just be mad on social media.
Yeah.
We can't just. I think Black people, we need to arm ourselves legally. That's what the Black Panthers were encouraging back in the day, because these laws, these kids are a lot of times get these guns legally.
And now is every place that we walk into now, we have to go through, with metal detectors. You know, like what is like we're supposed to live in the freest country in the world, that, you know, now it's like, you know, our world and our future and everyone has to be now arming themselves and what's going on.
And even when I saw it in the schools at first, when I saw metal detectors in the schools, I thought that was the craziest shit in the world. I was like, really, our kids? But now it's proven now that it need to be every damn well, because
that's right.
We got it down to our malls.
Trust nobody.
It's
Black
it's
men,
down to our malls.
Black men and Black women, go get yourselves legally armed and trained to use firearms. Go do it. Because these gun laws, they're taking advantage of them and we're not. And we're caught with our pants down and we're getting murdered. And you know what? I used to be anti-guns, but the way they're just taking out elderly Black people in the sunset, the retirement stage of their lives, where it's supposed to be the golden ages of their life era. And they're just going to church, going to the grocery store.
They didn't live their lives. They lived their lives, and then you
One
just
of the ladies, she was a proud member of that always looked out for the neighborhood to make sure that the children, you know, did the right thing, civil rights, like, you know.
But it's interesting. They didn't even wrestle dude down. They didn't. Once again, you probably took his ass to McDonald's too. You didn't wrestle them down. He didn't have a scratch on him or nothing. You just walked him to the car.
Yes.
Why wasn't he murdered in police custody like we are when Tamir Rice, who's 12 years old, was killed in under 2 seconds?
In my honest opinion, it's like when they rolled up on him, you're right. They should have took him out.
Beat his ass.
They got to tell him, put down the gun. If you know this one done killed 10 people.
Shoot.
What are we doing? So
you know,
now he got to feed him in jail. He now gets to go and be in a white supremacist gang in jail, and he gets three meals in a cop. You know, it's crazy. Why the hell wasn't he taken out immediately?
On his gun, it said, "Here's your reparations," and it said the N-word.
Yes.
If there ever was a threat that police should feel fear for their lives, it should be this kid, not the Black man that's in his own yard holding his cell phone, not the little Black kid that's playing in the park that's 12 years old. You even investigate. Why do they have the patience and grace with them but never with us? Never.
But legislation want to use their money to use taxpayers' dollars to create more jails. But I digress.
Right.
Legalize slavery. They get that free labor in there. All right, y'all. All right. We got to take a break. We're going to talk more about a whole bunch of other stuff when we come back. We're going to take a quick commercial break and gather our thoughts, and we'll be back after this. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. We were talking during the break about that shooting that there's some, we're going to confirm this. We're going to find out about this. The kid was just apparently just maybe allegedly just given the gun, but we're not sure. We're going to find out about that. I don't understand these parents giving their children guns. I don't get this. Do you?
I don't understand having body armor. I don't like, is somebody in your family military? Like, I'm done.
You know, there's a book in the library, Behold the Pale Horse, that kind of tells about a lot of government secrets. It would be a book that you would instantly get flagged when you would like check it out in the library. And the author ended up having several assassination attempts and finally was murdered, right? Well, he was killed, right? You get flagged when you get that book. Why are we not flagging people that are getting body armor? What do you need when you're getting body armor? You're going to war, or what are you doing? A bank robbery, correct? Right? What are you doing with body armor?
Something where you doing something wrong when you feel like you need some damn protection against you knowing somebody gonna shoot your ass.
Right.
All this should be banned. All of it.
You know what? I'm over it.
Should be like things that are either allowed for the military or for police. Do you know what I mean? You know, like it just, this is what happens when things are like getting out of control.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Remember, the rapper stuff that was wearing Teflon on the chest. That's a phrase, a verse in a song, Teflon on my chest. I don't know if they started it, but because the kids are seeing that, of course, they're mimicking that as well. They're mimicking.
That's a good point. 50 Cent.
And I also, you said something about the, like, you know, like songs and like video games and stuff like that. Are people being desensitized? Because I just feel like people feel like we started with the school shootings and things like that, how it's like they all think that it's like shoot them up, dun dun dun, kill, press start over. Have they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are they getting desensitized that the value of life is not being valued anymore?
Good point, Vivica, because you know what? When we look at the video games now, they look so real. So they trip me out. Remember, we had Donkey Kong and Pac-Man back in the Atari.
Right. Now you shot ducks.
Now they got these games where you a cop, you kill a
Call
cop,
of Duty,
go shoplifting and it's almost like, well, why you gotta have a game where you gotta be shooting up, bang, bang, and killing folks, and they get right back up and they have 9 lives like a cat or something. But you got to know that ain't this damn, the world ain't a game.
It feels like they're getting great training with these video games to be a marksman.